Hey campers, Georgia, back in the man cave. Let me get closer because I got something to tell you. I did the giveaway of all the Rough Riders, and that got me thinking. I have not looked at a new Rough Rider in months, maybe even a year. I got to tell you, Rough Rider got me here, and I love them. You can't beat their value. Look, I got this. Let's check it out. So I'm sure you've probably seen the video where I got my first really true collection of a series of knives. I'm a big Rough Rider fan simply because I'm a budget guy and I love traditional knives. They really do a good job. Rough Rider, of all the budget knives out there, I think they produce consistently the better quality. That's why I stuck with them. And then I got away. Started doing other stuff and experimenting with leather and modifying opinels and all that good stuff, which I love to do. Walking sticks, I still do it. But I got away from my favorite Rough Rider. So I went online and had a look. Now, this guy is from the Arctic Fox series. Now, I already have one. I have the Warrenclyffe, and I really like it. I like a white-handled knife, not for everyday carry, but for those special occasions. You know, when it's a little bit more spiffy than normal. It's a good-looking knife. It's clean, and it looks... the word I'm looking for is not fancy, but it looks like a step-out knife. And this one is the Rough Rider Arctic Fox series. And basically, that series has white micarta handles. And then they have the insert, the badge, you can see here, is a silhouette of a fox's head, which is very cool. And they didn't get big or anything. I like the size they chose. Look at this guy. Now, this one, and you probably guessed already by looking at that, is a Congress. It's clean, it's good-looking knife. Now, you know I'm a whittler. I like to whittle, so a Congress for me is a good knife to have in my pocket when I'm just trudging around. I can't walk past a straight stick. Got to pick it up and do something with it, whittle on it or whatever. So I like to have a whittling knife, and I think a Congress gives you a lot of options simply because it's 4 blades. From Rough Rider, the Arctic Fox series, is the RR2309. Yeah, RR2309. And it's the Congress Arctic Fox with white micarta handles. Now, it's typical Rough Rider. You can see it's got the double bolster. Obviously, it's got 4 blades on it. The white micarta handles, has your 3 pins. And something that was interesting is that on the bolsters, they don't have any indication. Normally you would have like a big R or an RR or something there. They kept it nice and clean until you open it, and then all the information's there. And you can see it. They're well made. You know, you just can't beat their value. So let's have a look at the blades. Here's the first one. And just so that we'll go through it quickly, you can see the nail neck has the match strike. Typical for all Rough Rider traditional knives. And there you can see the double R stamp, and it says Rough Rider underneath. This blade, you can see how small it is. It's a sheep's foot. It's tiny. But you know what? It's good for getting into those areas because good night, that tip on there. And it's a good tip, and it's sharp. Rough Rider. So you got sheep's foot. The other one. Now, people are going to say that's a sheep's foot. And you can see here that they put the false blade on the top, which allows you to get a good point at the point. When you have a little bit thicker blade, that really helps. It also saves them steel. It has the long match strike nail neck, double R on it, Very nice. Not a traditional Warrenclyffe, because a traditional Warrenclyffe is a huge, slow drop-off. Hold on, let me get that for you. Now, you may have seen the review I did on this one, but this shows you what a true Warrenclyffe, the original, was originally designed to look like. Look at that long, slow drop onto the point there. Now, that is a traditional Warrenclyffe. And if you look here, you can see what I'm talking about. And this one, Arctic series as well. Very nice. I got it because I'm a Warrenclyffe fan. So back to this guy, and that's why I was saying that was a sheep's foot, and don't get them mixed up. That sheep foot has a very steep drop off, if you remember. Tiny little guy, same thing, nail neck, whatever, and it has that on it. They all do. And one thing I wanted to tell you, another good thing about a Congress is, can you see that sweep there? The way it gives you, this presses into here, which a lot of people don't like. They say it creates a hot spot. I like it because it gives you a lot more power when you're pushing down. I don't mind that. No, you know, it's a Congress. So this blade, I would call a pen blade. That's something I grew up with. You used to get those single-bladed cheap knives that had this style blade on it, and it was a pen blade originally designed for cleaning up your quills back in the day, that they used feathers to write with, and they would always carry a pen blade, and that's where the name comes from. Could keep it nice and sharp, and they could clean up their quill before they started writing. So you got the pen blade there. What am I missing here? Let's open them all up so we can see. Here are the 4 blades. Something I didn't realize, they have 2 sheep's foot, which kind of makes sense because they're the 2 bigger blades, probably going to use more than the other. And what it does is it gives you a quick backup when one gets a little dull. You can go over to this without having to stop what you're doing and go back and sharpen and then come back. You can just switch over and then you're good to go. But there it is there. Look at that. Congress. Very nice. These are pretty knives, and you know, the white just does it. The white makes it cleaner. And how do the blades look in? You know what? The blades do not look too bad at all. Wow. Look at that. They're sitting in there pretty good. Good job. So there you go. The Rough Rider Congress Arctic Fox series. And it's the model number is RR2309 if you want to look that up. You just go online, type in Rough Rider RR2309, and this will pop up. So it's available in a lot of different places. Smoky Mountain obviously have them because they own Rough Rider, and Chicago Knife Works will have them, and of course Amazon. But I think that's Chicago Knife Works on Amazon. So. But I'm sure you can get them elsewhere, and you can see here. Very nice. Now, some quick dimensions. First off, Rough Rider always uses 440A stainless steel on their traditional folders like this, so that's a given. It is G10 handles, or, you know, that's Mikado or G10. Closed lens, 3.59 inches, closed. Open, I would assume, would be, so that'll vary according to what blades you have out. As with most traditional knives, this is a slip joint. It does not lock. None of the blades lock. So if you're not used to that, be aware of that. I've never really had a problem with a slip joint. You just got to be aware of it and don't be silly with it, and you'll be just fine. So now here's something interesting. This comes from the Smoky Mountain. I'm going to read it to you so you can see what they say. The Rough Rider Arctic Fox 4-blade Congress has a sheep's foot coping pen blades. Well, maybe that's what they're talking about. The sheep's foots are actually the bigger ones, and the coping is the small diagonal one going down that I called a sheep's foot. About here is this one. They call it a coping blade. and they're referring to these as 2 sheep's foots. So, my bad. So that's what they say. Now, you know, they say GTN handles, and then in the overall description they say, the handles are snowy white micarta with brass pins and liners, ring nickel silver bolsters, and an eye-popping Arctic Fox Rough Rider shield. There you go. That's the description right there. And I got to tell you, it's a thing of beauty. Look at this thing. It's not big. This is not going to hang low in your pocket or anything like that. It's, you know, the weight on it is almost, let me see. Okay, they say the weight is 1.8 ounces. Nothing, considering how much steel is on this thing. So there you go, campers. I really like the look of this series, and you know, like I said, I got the Warrenclyffe for the blade. And Warrenclyffe blades originally had that long sloping drop down to a really fine point. If you look at, there's a lot of modern knives out there, or even old traditional style knives that don't have that long drop off, but they refer to it as a Warrenclyffe to be. To me, the long sloping off is the traditional true Warrenclyffe. But hey, what do I know? Anyway, there you go. Wanted to show you this. I'm going to keep looking at the Arctic Fox series. I like Rough Rider, and like I said, I do have one of their full series, the Faded Blue Jean series, which I really liked. There was like 17 in the series. Took me forever to get it. The other series I have, full series, is a marble series with probably 8 knives in it that I really like. I like these inexpensive budget manufacturers. I have to say, Rough Rider, probably the best out there. So I think I'm going to be looking a little closer at this series and see what they got. Just saying. You all be safe out there, especially with these guys. You know, when you're whittling away, always be safe. Never cut towards you. You know, don't overdo it on the knife. Don't put too much pressure. Use your thumb to control the knife, how much pressure you're putting on. Just be safe in general. It's so easy to forget, and before you know it, oops. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. You know the story. Pretty sure I'll be back. Gonna start looking at knives again, and I'm trying to vary what I do. I tend to get stuck on something. I like discovered restoring old knives. Love that. So I tend to focus on that for a while. So I'm kind of all over the place, but I tend to get stuck now and again on something and get away from other stuff I like looking at small folding pocket knives, traditional ones. So I'm pretty sure I'll be back with something. Just a reminder, I'm going to be in San Diego for 2 weeks, so the number of videos coming out is going to drop off dramatically. I'll do some shorts, and I'm trying to get some videos in, so there'll be some videos during the 2 weeks while I'm away. Might even do a short in San Diego. Not something I normally do because I'm with family and everything, and we tend to be a little bit more private. The girls not so much, but the rest of my family like, no. So, thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. See you again soon.